The 8-year assault on your Second Amendment freedoms has come to a crashing end. I like taking the guns early. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
Well, I say go fuck yourself. Then ask a question, could I kill a man? I would enjoy myself. You can't disguise evil eyes that burn a hole in my head. This devil man and his master plan. We feel so misled, so I say, rise up, take all that. Rise up, take all that. Hope you all understand. We got to take it all back again.
These people are not going to take it any longer. We will never give up. We will never concede. Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. But go home and go home in peace. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. You do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
What is up, everybody? How y'all doing? It is Thursday. It reminds me I need to take the trash out tonight. Oh my goodness. I've had a last few days. Cracked tooth has really been bothering me pretty bad. Luckily, I'm doing okay as far as right now, so I can talk, which is good. And I even was able to watch a few videos today, and one in particular we're going to watch a little bit. But we'll get onto that in a minute. I want to talk a little bit about free thinking. The video that we're going to watch is from Guns Coast to Coast, who is a friend of the channel, and I consider him a friend, an online friend. I mean, I don't know him personally, but we've always had good interactions, and he seems like an upstanding fellow. And every single time I watch his videos, it makes you think. And there's a problem. A lot of people don't want to think. A lot of people want to be told what to think and just not have to worry about it, right? So you believe in freedom or whatever, and you just think freedom. You believe in Trump and you just think Trump. Or you believe in the left and you just think the left. Here's the thing. There was somebody in his comments in one of his videos that says if we aren't all thinking for ourselves, then no one's thinking. I kind of agree with it. At the same time, I like free thinking. I like the fact that I can have a difference of opinions from me and Broken Patriot. Like we're gonna have some things that we disagree on, and that's okay. It's fine. It's great. I love having disagreements with people. Some people are gonna believe in conspiracies that I don't necessarily know anything about or don't believe in myself. That's okay. It's all right. You know what I mean? Here's the problem though. The problem with thinking like that it's okay to have differences of opinion. It's a losing fight. I don't know. Maybe this is just my opinion, and maybe I'm wrong. But the other side, the left, seems like they do not have a difference of opinion, and they are very together on exactly where they're moving forward to and what kind of country they want to go towards. And they're going there as a fucking group. And even though I disagree with what they say wholeheartedly, with every fiber of my being, I don't like it, I have to commend the fact that they have stuck together as a group. And yes, I would love it if we would all come together as a group and agree on certain things constitutionally, freedom orientated, mind kind of stuff, like freedom or nothing, right? 100% freedom or nothing. I would love that. But that's not, I wouldn't love it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm at on this. And that's the great thing about watching his videos. It always makes me think. And I'm trying to figure out my opinion on this right now as we're talking currently. Because I don't really know. I want us all to have a difference of opinion. So let me take that. I want us all to think the same back. I do want us all to have a different opinion. I want to live in a world where that's okay. What used to be okay when I was growing up, to have a difference of opinion. Not all liberals agreed with each other, which was great. In fact, I would have agreed with many Kennedy Democrats back in the day. The whole don't ask what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country kind of shit. Pull your bootstraps up, do it yourself kind of shit. But it doesn't seem like that's the way forward. It seems like us having our difference of opinions, which I do like having a difference of opinion. I don't want to have the same opinion as everybody else. Is what's going to be maybe our undoing? Possibly. We'll see. Let's see. Hold on. Let me catch up now. I was on a tirade. Riddle, Quantum's in the house. What up, Quantum Lotus? How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully good. What's up, Gerald? How you doing, Gerald? Broken Patriot in Facebook jail again. What'd you do this time, Broken Patriot? Let's see. Quantum Lotus, Facebook jail means you speaking the truth. Yep. You shared a joke. We can agree to disagree. That's the great thing. It used to be like that. But a lot of people can't do that anymore. And in our community. And that's why we're separated so well. I go against bum stock bans. I think it's absolutely atrocious. I think that felons should have guns if they've already done their time in jail. Does that mean that they're not a risk to go out and shoot somebody with that gun? No, they're definitely a risk. That is a risk you take. Giving anybody a gun, it's a risk you run. Anybody with a gun can do that. Ex-felon can do it. Sure, it's a risk. We live in a dangerous society, though, and there is no guarantee of tomorrow. And if you want a safe society, then you want one that doesn't have any freedom at all. You think so? Lifestinger. Oh, crap. Quantum Lotus, I don't know which that one was in reference to. I don't. What's up, Guns? I comment on your video and you come out of the woodwork? All right, I see how it is. I consider you a friend too, an online friend. I never met you, but I mean, I love the fact that you make me think, and you made me think today, and so we're gonna watch a little. Not that one that was supposedly controversial. That thing was the only thing that was controversial too was the people you called out. You didn't call them out by name, but you called You called at least 3 people, maybe 4 people out in that video, and they knew exactly who they were. And yeah, they got butthurt about it. Look, but at the same time, I think us thinking for ourselves is our downfall. The other side ain't doing that. The other side is in lockstep, all in agreement. And we can't agree whether Kyle Rittenhouse was acting in self-defense and should be let go or not. Because we have other people who are like, well, he shouldn't have ever been there. Or he shouldn't have had a gun. He was underage. Well, as you pointed out in one of your videos, I forget which one it was, people in the military that age, they want 16-year-olds to be able to vote. Why can't a 16-year-old then have a rifle? I do also think it's funny that his mom drove him there. You're 3 minutes behind catching up? Oh, okay. No, you're fine. All right, here we go. We're gonna wait here for 3 minutes while Guns Coast to Coast catches up. I'm going to be pausing this a lot, by the way. Well, for one, I got to turn the volume up. I don't know how low volume that is.
I'm going to take on this topic slightly, just because there's always so much call for it, and predict the future a little bit, and then point out something that I don't think a lot of people are hip to right now. And by the way, last video, it's kind of funny. You know, I got texts from 4 different people.
I'm going to skip this part.
Emails from 2 different people. I want to comment in the comments section.
I can't turn him up more. That's as loud as he... Hold on. Let me see if I can. He did that like a pro. Kyle impressed you. I mean, he had clean shots. I'll give him that. For real. He had clean shots. Nobody else got hurt as far as I'm aware. I mean, at least not that the testimony has seen. Let me see if I can go in here. Audio. No, he's just a soft-spoken man. It's how it is.
And boy, they told you. I'm like, look out. We got a badass in the comment section. Everybody beware.
All right, here's what you do. You turn it up as loud as you can. I'm going to turn myself down. Okay, so let me turn myself down so I don't blow you guys out. Where's my volume? Okay, there we go. La 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 la. Okay, so I'm turned down pretty good. That should be all right. Now you can turn it up safely.
And, you know, they're young, they're growing. Everybody under 40 seems to have A, attention deficit disorder, and B, they get their panties in a wad with their thin skin, because apparently that's roughly about the time we started giving people trophies. So I'd say if you're 38, 35 and under, it sucks to be you. But anyway, I'm not trying to offend the maximum amount of people. Just not giving them a forum by mentioning them by name or letting them shit all over my comment section. You got your own channel. And don't worry, with that kind of bubblegum pop crap that you're slinging.
Bubblegum pop crap you're slinging. Hopefully we're about the same volume. There is a lot of that. There are a lot of channels out there that parrot one another, that rah-rah police, rah-rah Second Amendment, you know, law-abiding citizen, law-abiding gun owner. A lot of those.
Given the fact that half the bell curve on the left-hand side is in the double-digit IQs, you'll be up to 100,000 subscribers just like your heroes in no time. And then you can take your army and do whatever it is you think you're going to do. So anyway, Kyle Rittenhouse. Let's go back to Rosa Parks. I think
we're gonna skip over the Rosa Parks thing. Kyle Rittenhouse, apparently his trial is coming up in November, according to Guns Coast to Coast. I hadn't heard that. I do know that Ghislaine's thing is coming up soon, and I didn't know it was at the same time. We had read something about Ghislaine's trial date yesterday on this.
Churches and the rights groups didn't want to represent her or put her
We're gonna skip that.
because she rising.
Quick synopsis. First of all, if you want to see his video, hold up. Let me put it into chat. There's the video. Go watch it in full. Basically, what he's talking about is Rosa Parks and the bus situation was staged. It wasn't exact. Apparently, there was one event before that was a lot like it, but the lady who did it was pregnant and out of wedlock, and so they thought that would hurt the cause rather than help the cause. So they needed somebody else that was a little bit more palatable for the white man.
And it didn't. It was part of a staged protest, dissonance in his supporters. Now, because people have either short memories or because people automatically want to tune out, it's kind of funny. You can agree with somebody in 99% of what they say, but you disagree on one thing, all of a sudden,
They're gone.
You're a piece of crap. They dare you to leave the comment up, and then they want to unsubscribe. See?
I had a guy recently on my channel who has gone. He doesn't come back anymore because I think it was on a Bible chat. He was talking about how he smokes marijuana as a communion with God. Because we were talking about eating the flesh of Jesus and drinking his blood, right? The whole communion part, or you do this in remembrance of me, and the washing the feet. I washed feet in my religion growing up, and I still think that should be part of communion services because it shows humility. If God himself can come down to the earth to be one of us and then get on his hands and knees and clean somebody's dirty ass feet, and you can't do it, well, then you think that you're better than God. In my opinion, right? So we were talking about this is what I do, and everybody knows I smoke marijuana here and there. I haven't lately because I can't afford it, but it's whatever. And I don't mind if you smoke for recreation. I don't care if you smoke for anything else. This guy proceeds to tell me that instead of eating, the cracker and drinking the grape juice or the wine, depending on which religion you are, and instead of washing the feet, what he does is he smokes marijuana, and that's how he's smoking the vapor of Jesus's breath. I guess I don't know. So it took me aback. Like, what? And I wholeheartedly disagreed. Like, I don't care that you smoke, but I mean, you're getting almost into sacrilegious kind of stuff or blasphemy kind of stuff here. And he was so offended that I would even question it. He's gone. He's gone forever. It is what it is. I need to all check out my eBay AFTE feed. You won't regret it. You won't regret it? Let's see. Oop. That's the link that I shared. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I don't get paid either way. So I'll go over my thoughts on Kyle at face value for what it's worth. And I'm not going to nitpick this because I want to talk more about the future than the actual event. Because people being people, they're going to do what they do. And there's no stopping it because it's got momentum. It's got institutional inertia. Once something reaches institutional inertia, there's very little you can do with the rudder to steer that ship. So Kyle right now has institutional inertia, and he's probably not the best face for the cause. Now, the people on the extreme right,
I don't know much of his past.
or your anarchists, or your sovereign citizens, or your jailhouse constitutional lawyers will say, well, why? It doesn't matter how dirty he is. Doesn't matter about his past. If he's that way, his rights matter just as much as the next person, and you should defend him.
Done a deep dive into his past.
Well, I don't see you making a million other people your poster boy that are in the same situation. And believe me, there are others. Sorry you can't read, but they're there. So, Kyle, did he have a right to be where he was? Yeah, he did. You could point out age and defame him for that. There are people in the military his age. It's kind of funny he was driven across state lines by his mom to be there.
Who knows?
I'm sure that'll get a comment in and of itself. I'm just saying, it's kind of funny.
It is.
Nobody else was doing anything, you could say. He went to protect somebody else's property. I don't know if he knew him or didn't know him. I don't know.
To be honest, that business should have protected their own damn shit. Instead, that business went out and asked other people to do it for them instead of doing it them damn selves. They could have stood up on top of their roof with AK-47s looking down, but they decided not to. And, well, Kyle Rittenhouse was more than happy to take up...
I know that the best way to avoid a fight is not to be there. No, that's not a coward's way out. That's a tactic. Because if you're going to get shot at, that means you've exhausted plans A through D. Sounds like he didn't have a plan A through D, but then again, he's young. So, whatever. Do I think it was self-defense? Yeah, I do. There are certain states where that would not be considered self-defense because you left looking for trouble, quote unquote. And that is generally paraphrased, but that's how the law reads. But here we are. And the same people that want to fight for your rights and say, don't divide us, and we all need to come together, and we agree on 90% of everything, so we need to stick together, not be divided, are going to fall right into the programming, right into the division game. You're going to see the BLM on one side for this trial, and you're going to see everybody else on the other side, and you're going to hear they'll make I can predict it now, they'll make the Civil War and the race riot videos and all the other crap, right? And that's what's going to happen. The trial is set for November. Trial's expected to go 2 weeks. It will go 2 to 4 weeks. It's going to be cold. That's by design. Keeps the protests down. It's going to roll into Thanksgiving, which is when a lot of the government buildings will be closed down. So you'll have a long weekend. There will probably be storms, just because that's the way it is in that region in the winter. So it's really perfect for the government and for the business owners and the banks to have it at that time. That is by design. Now, there's a possibility it could be delayed, but right now it's for November. They're already delaying it so both sides can make a better case and get witnesses. I'm sure they will file to delay it further. I'm almost positive of that. That will probably be denied. And there you go. So that's going to happen. You're going to have much anticipation. CNN's going to run it 24/7. They're going to run a build up to it. They're going to have a countdown clock. They're going to carry the verdict live. If the sentencing doesn't happen at the same time, which I don't think it will, they're going to carry the sentencing live. Do I think there will be a sentence? I actually do. I think he'll be found guilty in some capacity because why not? Truth doesn't matter at this point. And I think it'll be a circus. And I think a lot of people, both right and left, some of which watch this channel, will fall into the circus and hitch their wagon up to that.
I probably will. All right, I'm going to turn myself up, just so you know. Not a lot, because apparently I'm probably too loud as it is, so I'm just going to turn myself up a little bit. Keep talking. Okay, that's probably more than enough. Okay. Great points there. Go watch the rest of that video over there. Make sure to leave a thumbs up if you're going over there and watching it. He's got some great points, and the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing, we'll definitely be watching that closely. And yes, I'll probably fall into that line. I think that it matters a lot. In my opinion, he went there for whatever reason. Could he have not gone? Yeah, he could have not have gone. Should he have gone? I don't know. It's not for me to say. He did go, and he went with a rifle, which anybody that was over 18 was more than eligible to carry legally. However, for me, I like to go into the whole constitutional, right? In the Constitution, I guess I'm an absolutist because shall not be infringed means exactly what it says. It's the only amendment with it, right? So the right of the people to keep and bear arms as long as they're not felons shall not be infringed. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not in there. The right to the people to keep and bear arms as long as they're over 18 shall not be infringed. Oh, wait, that's not on there either. Well, shit. That's complicated, ain't it? The right of the people to keep and bear arms as long as they don't go looking for trouble. Oh, no, that's not in there either. There's a reason why it's in there. Now, constitutionally, he should have no problem winning this. Absolutely none. Will he get away with it? I don't know. Should he have been there? I don't know. Not up for me to say. He thought he needed to go for whatever reason. He thought he wanted to go. I don't think he was looking for a fight. If nothing else, he was going and helping people for the most part. Well, he took his rifle, though, just in case. And I think it's probably a good thing he did. But, little girl, I'm watching in the app, and there is no thumbs ups or downs. Yeah, well, sometimes people don't thumbs it up. Sometimes people do. What's up, Pre-Dawn? How you doing? Convict the mother? I mean the doctor? The truth doesn't matter because a not guilty would set that state on fire. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the same thing with Chauvin. The same thing with Chauvin. And I am not a fan of the police, especially when they abuse their positions of power and think they can get away with everything because they have a costume. Dude, you have a costume and a shiny little piece of metal on your costume. That doesn't make you any better than me. But you think it does. And it thinks that it gives you power to rule over my life. And if I screw up, it's my life that gets lost. Maybe I wasn't even screwing up the way you wanted me, or a horrible way of screwing up. There's plenty of cases, right? There's one in Arizona here. A guy answers his door at 11 o'clock at night, does not know it's the cops, answers it with a gun by his side. The cops got their guns drawn, lights in his face. He can't even see that it's cops. Is told to get on the ground, hands over his head. Then realizes it's cops, immediately gets down towards his knees, puts the gun away on the ground, and while getting on the ground, gets shot in the back by the cop behind him. That cop was found not guilty. Nothing to see here. How about the cop in Mesa, Arizona, who went into a hotel room because some kids had some BB guns and somebody called on them? And the cop ordered him to do like 9 different things all at the same damn time. The kid's drunk and scared out of his mind, trying to comply as well as he can in the inebriated state. And they light him up. Nothing to see here. Because apparently he reached for his waistband that was coming, exposing his ass in the middle of the floor. Okay. Nothing. He didn't have a weapon. So he definitely wasn't reaching. Plenty of instances. Chavez, did he deserve what he got? I don't think he will. I think it'll get tried again. I think he'll get an appeal, and I think it'll be a lot less sentencing. I don't know. There is on the web phone app. I have no idea. Damn it. It's still, I believe we can save the Constitution. The Constitution's been dead. The Constitution's been dead probably before I was born. Every single constitutional amendment has been broken multiple times. They break it whenever they want to break it. It's just a piece of paper. The Constitution of the United States is just a piece of paper. That's all it is. It's no magical scroll that will come to save the day when injustice is happening. It doesn't have a cape. It is a piece of paper, and it is up to the citizens on whether it will remain in power or not. No, I mean not a button. Oh, there's not a thumbs up button? Oh, okay. I have no idea. I have never seen that. What's up, Skyrim 4? Let's skit. What's up, Skyrim? How you doing? Cops kill more white guys than anybody. Nobody says that about anything. I say it all the time. I had Ryan Whitaker is his name. He was the man who died here in Phoenix recently of a gunshot to the back, in his back, by a police officer. And he had a Facebook page. That cop was let go. No, not even a trial. Not even a trial. I tell you what, if he had been black, that one would have made national news. He was obviously going to his hands and knees and trying to comply when got shot in the back by a cop. But the Constitution ain't nothing but a piece of paper. Knowledge and servants of the people are supposed to be jobs where you protect the people from the corporation. All right. Here's my thing. Think for yourself, but at the same time, that is going to be our downfall. The other side is together. The other side doesn't think for themselves. They have been told what to think. They are all in line. They have gotten their marching orders. They are very well organized. If they don't get what they want, they will burn shit down. And that's why a lot of people think, including myself most likely. See ya? What's up? Oh, Predon's leaving? Okay, Predon, if you're still here, thank you for stopping by. He might get convicted because, yeah, that's the whole reason. I think that's the reason Chauvin got convicted. Because if they didn't convict Chauvin, that shit was going to burn down. Will they do that for Kyle Rittenhouse? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what the political outcome looks like at the time and what's in the news. But I don't know. I don't have much faith in it. I just know that I like to think for myself, but at the same time, I think that's going to be our downfall. How are you? You right about the vax? It's not a vax. I'm not getting it. Yeah, I'm not getting it either. You get it if you want to get it. I know a lot of people that do get it. I'm not getting it. Militia member threatens to kill cops. Holy shit. What, he doesn't get arrested? He doesn't get messed up for that? I don't know. I haven't watched that video. I'm not going to watch it right now, though. It's pretty long. All right. We have more stuff about Fauci deserving to be under criminal investigation.
Coming to Tucker Carlson tonight. The utter fraudulence of Tony Fauci is obvious now, and it's widely acknowledged. But it was not always obvious. In March of last year, we interviewed Fauci on this show. We treated him with respect. We took his answers seriously. We're Americans, so we assumed the man in charge of protecting the U.S. from COVID must be rational and impressive. We also assumed he must be honest. But we were wrong. It soon became clear that Tony Fauci was just another sleazy federal bureaucrat, deeply political and often dishonest. More shocking than that, we then learned that Fauci himself was implicated in the very pandemic he'd been charged with fighting. Fauci supported the grotesque and dangerous experiments that appeared to have made COVID possible. We came to these conclusions incrementally, spurred by evidence that accumulated over the course of a year. Tonight, we have the mother lode. Thanks to a Freedom of Information request from BuzzFeed, we have thousands of emails to and from Anthony Fauci. They go back to the early winter of 2020. Collectively, they show that from the beginning, Tony Fauci was worried that the public might conclude COVID had originated at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Now, why would Tony Fauci be concerned that Americans would conclude that? Possibly because Tony Fauci knew perfectly well that he had funded gain-of-function experiments at that very same laboratory. The emails prove that Fauci lied about this under oath. Consider this exchange, which began the evening of January 31st, 2020. It was a Friday just before midnight. The first email came from an immunologist called Christian Anderson, who works at the Scripps Research Institute in La Jolla, California. Anderson warned Fauci that COVID appeared to have been possibly manipulated in a laboratory. Quote, the unusual features of the virus make up a really small part of the genome, less than 0.1%. So one has to look really closely at all the sequences to see that some of the features potentially look engineered. The next day, on February 1st, Tony Fauci wrote back, thanks, Christian. Talk soon on the call. Fauci then sent an urgent email to his deputy, a man called Hugh Auchincloss. The subject of that email, in all caps, was important. Quote, Hugh, it is essential that we speak this AM. Keep your cell phone on. Read this paper as well as the email that I will forward. You will have tasks today that must be done. Attached to that email was a document. It was entitled, quote, Barrick Shi et al., Nature Medicine, SARS Gain of Function .pdf. Now, the Barrick in the attachment referred to Ralph Barrick, a virologist based in the U.S., who collaborated with the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Barrick worked with a woman called Dr. Shi Shengli, known as the Bat Lady, because she manipulates coronaviruses that infect bats. She was the she in the attachment. Now, keep in mind that during the questioning from Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky fairly recently, Tony Fauci denied that this same Ralph Barrick had conducted gain-of-function research. Again, This is the Ralph Baric in Fauci's attachment, which was entitled Baric, Xi et al. SARS gain of function .pdf. And yet, under oath before the United States Congress, Fauci denied this.
Dr. Barrett does not do gain-of-function research, and if it is, it's according to the guidelines, and it is being conducted in North Carolina. And if you look at the grant, and you look at the
He's got at least
progress reports,
not polygamy.
it is not gain-of-function, despite
He's
the
got
fact
a lot of wives.
that people tweet that.
Oh, it wasn't just on Twitter. It was in Fauci's own emails. In retrospect, that looks a lot like perjury. We do know that starting early last year, a lot of people at NIH were worried that COVID had not occurred naturally. They were concerned it had been instead manipulated in a lab in China. And yet they seemed determined to hide those facts from the public. Again, why? On the afternoon of February 1st last year, Fauci held a conference call with several top virologists. Most of the details of that call remained hidden from public view. They've been redacted. We know the call was related to a document entitled Coronavirus Sequence Comparison. Jeremy Farrar, a British physician who runs a major research nonprofit, reminded everyone on the call that what they said was top secret. Quote, information and discussion is shared in total confidence and not to be shared until agreement on next steps, end quote. In other emails, Jeremy Farrar passed along an article from the website Zero Hedge. That piece suggested the coronavirus might have been created as a bioweapon. We now know that is a more plausible explanation than the one we believed at first and were told by the media, which is that corona came from a pangolin. And yet, for the crime of saying that out loud, a more plausible explanation, Zero Hedge was banned from social media platforms.
All right, I'm going to pause it for just a second to answer a couple things. To Guns Coast to Coast, if you're still watching, if you have the chat open, you're not going to be able to see the thumbs up and thumbs down. You have to close the chat, and then the thumbs up, thumbs down will appear. I believe that's what Riddle Girl just found out. We also had a comment from Quantum, but Stinger, what if they're controlled opposition, and that's why they let them burn and cause chaos? Nothing you can do. You can protest, you can go against it, but until a majority of people get off their ass and say no, nothing's going to change. No matter who you think's in charge, whether it be the government, whether it be the aliens that are coming down soon, whether it be, Bilbergs or whatever, right? There's nothing that one person can do. There's nothing that 5 people can do. There's nothing that 100 people can do, or even 1,000 people can do. It's going to take a lot of people that are like, you know what? This is one step too far. We're done. We're actually going to get off our damn ass and do something about it. That's when something will happen. I'll tell you what, that is not going to be a fun time. That is nothing to look forward to. And if it can be avoided, you avoid it at all costs. Everybody likes to talk about civil war and taking the country back. Yeah, that's going to be ugly. That's going to be something. It was ugly during the actual Civil War of the 1800s. I can only imagine what it would be like in today's world. It's definitely nothing to look forward to or glorify at all. It's absolutely disgusting. At the same time, is it, I don't know. I do not have the answers. I do not pretend to have the answers. If we assume that there are other powers in control of everything, or is there anything we can do? Hey, Riddle, what's up, Skyrim? The answer to both is no. The only thing we can do is control our own action. Yeah, pretty much. In Italian's specialty, a little troll who is 5 feet tall and is not to be trusted. Oh, yeah, Fauci. The evils deserve both sides. Ha, ha, ha. What's up, Quasimodo? Like the name, love the movie. This reminded me of Fauci. I'll look at it. Oh yeah, I absolutely love this guy. This is a meme. Like there was a guy who was doing something on Twitch. I was watching him play games or whatever, and I sent him the shortened version of this, and I thought it was hilarious. It made me laugh anyway. Entirely possible the virus was intentionally created and released so that they could get the population vaxxed. Yep, that is possible. And I believe we are all caught up. I wonder if Fauci has ever been at the Vatican. I have no idea.
Until recently, you
He's
were not allowed to
Jewish.
suggest that COVID might be man-made. Why couldn't you suggest that? The fact checkers wouldn't allow it. Why wouldn't they? Because Tony Fauci assured the tech monopolies that the coronavirus could not have been man-made. And so the tech monopolies shut down the topic.
Couldn't even talk
Watch
about
Fauci lie.
A group of highly qualified evolutionary virologists looked at the sequences there and the sequences in bats as they evolve. And the mutations that it took to get to the point where it is now is totally consistent with a jump of a species from an animal to a human.
That was April 17th, 2020, very shortly into the course of this pandemic. At that point, what Tony Fauci just asserted as known could not conclusively have been known. That was a lie. Tony Fauci suggested that he knew because top researchers had decided conclusively that this must have jumped naturally from an animal to a human being. But again, at that point, he could not have known that. That was dishonest. 2 days after he said that, one of the virologists that Tony Fauci had funded to conduct dangerous coronavirus experiments in Wuhan wrote to thank him for the help. That man, a man called Peter Daszak, complained to Fauci that the American tax dollars he'd taken for these experiments were being, quote, publicly targeted by Fox News reporters. Yet Daszak remained grateful for Tony Fauci's support. Quote, I just wanted to say a personal thank you on behalf of our staff and collaborators, end quote. Now, strangely, most of this specific email from Daszak to Fauci has been redacted, and it was redacted under FOIA Section B7A. That specific exemption to the FOIA law applies to, quote, records or information compiled for law enforcement purposes, but only to the extent that production of those documents could reasonably be expected to interfere with enforcement proceedings. Are Peter Daszak and Tony Fauci under a criminal investigation? We can only hope they are. They certainly deserve it. At this point, we can't say for sure. We do know that Fauci hasn't simply lied about the origins of COVID, pretending to know things he could not know. He has also lied about vaccines in key ways. In March of last year, former Obama official Zeke Emanuel wrote to Fauci to ask a very simple question, one that we've asked countless times. Are people who have recovered from COVID generally immune from getting infected with COVID once again? That applies to about 100 million Americans, so it's not a small question. Fauci's response, quote, no evidence in this regard, but you would assume that there would be substantial immunity post-infection. Well, yes, you would assume that. We always have. And in fact, studies now show it is true. People who have had COVID and recovered almost never get sick again from COVID, so they don't need to be vaccinated. Yet to this day, Tony Fauci has never admitted that in public. In his email to Zeke Emanuel, he admitted something else that's also now obvious. Surgical masks, the paper kind all of us wear, don't really work.
Not really, no.
They offer very little protection from COVID. In fact, at least one study shows they may accelerate transmission of viruses.
Can't say that.
They are, in short, a form of make-believe. Yet once again, while under oath in public, Tony Fauci claimed precisely the opposite.
You're telling everybody.
If I'm not on
to wear
tomorrow, I
masks,
probably got
whether
a
they've
strike.
had an infection or a vaccine. What I'm saying is they have immunity, and everybody agrees they have immunity. What studies do you have that people that have had the vaccine or have had the infection are spreading the infection? If we're not spreading the infection, isn't it just theater?
No, it's
You've had
not.
the vaccine and you're wearing 2 masks. Isn't that theater?
No, that's not. Here we go again with the theater. Let me just state for the record that masks are not theater. Masks are protective. And we
You have
ask
immunity there, theater. If you already have immunity, you're wearing a mask to give comfort to others.
Senator
You're
Paul,
not
you're
wearing a
out of time,
mask
and I
because
would
of any
like Dr.
sign.
Fauci
I
to
totally disagree with you.
Rand Paul is a physician. He's smart. What he just said was true, and the science shows that it's true. There's not much debate about it, actually, among honest people. But Tony Fauci claimed it wasn't true. He lied. Why would he do that? Well, here's one reason. The emails show that Tony Fauci speaks regularly to Bill Gates. That's odd. Bill Gates is not a doctor. Bill Gates is not a scientist. Bill Gates is a very rich man who made billions making mediocre software for office computers. So why would Tony Fauci be in such regular contact with Bill Gates? The term Bill Gates comes up more than 24 times when you search the Fauci emails. Has Bill Gates profited in any way from Tony Fauci's COVID guidance? That would definitely be worth knowing immediately. And yet we don't know. Our media don't seem interested in finding out. In fact, here's how CNN covered the emails today. Quote, thousands of emails from and to Dr. Fauci reveal the weight that came with his role as a rare source of frank honesty within the Trump administration's COVID-19 task force. Can you imagine a more dishonest characterization of anything than that? It's hard to. By the way, it wasn't just CNN. No reporters asked about these emails at today's White House press briefing. Not one question. But you shouldn't be surprised. Of course they didn't ask. Tony Fauci is too big to question at this point. Quote, oh my God, one Biden voter wrote to Tony Fauci back in March. Is there anything I can do for you besides being grateful? Wash my feet with your tears, Fauci may have responded. We can't say that he did respond that way for certain. We don't have his reply. We do know that in affluent neighborhoods throughout Northwest Washington, D.C., you can still see signs that say, thank you, Dr. Fauci. Wow. What does that tell you? It tells you that Tony Fauci is no longer a scientist, assuming he ever was one. Tony Fauci is a figure of religious veneration.
He's a pop
he
star,
is Jesus for people who don't believe in God.
Pretty much. You got to believe in something, right? Even if it is nothing. And if you don't believe in anything, you're going to believe in the savior of whatever saves you from dying. And there's a lot of people who are like, please help me, government. Please tell me to wear a mask. Please have vaccine passports. Please have all this shit, right? So that I can be safe, so that I don't die. Because this is the only world they have. They do not have another world. And if you do not have another world, then you are easily manipulated by fear. And you are, when you can get easily manipulated by fear, you are very easy to control. I will not be controlled so easily. We had a lot of comments going on during that. Dog was playing with Mrs. Stinger. Yeah, that's Roxy. She's a red-nosed pit. I know what's going on, but I don't need the YouTube heart. There's nothing we can do. Evil's created fast good and fast problems. No panic. They vibe. You the solutions to vaccine. Quasimodo, do you know Texas Antique? Because you talk about the same. And nothing is going to happen to him. Why do we think that there's nothing we can do? I don't know if nothing's going to happen to Fauci. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm going to watch this one. I think there's a possibility something might. There's a lot of stuff being uncovered right now. It'll be interesting. I'm looking at it interestingly. I told you guys the unsolvable math problem solved at the beginning of the year. It's the AI possible time machine type tech to some degree, Dominion machine math subject. Okay, yeah, I don't pretend to know anything about all that. All I know is that this is not my home, and when I leave, I am not scared to go. There's only one reason why I'd be scared to go, and that's because of the people you leave behind. Other than that, this is not my home. Smart world war against people. If you can do something, I can refuse to get vaxxed for starters. There you go. You can live your life free. I don't know how many, I say it every night. Go out and do something to live free. Be free. You're not, it's a piece of paper. The Constitution is a piece of paper. You are free here. I go out and I am free. Is there certain things that I have to go through because as a society, we're not as free as we used to be? Sure. But I also do a lot of shit that I do as a free person. I won't be governed. I will not be told what to do. I will not be told, put into a box of a law-abiding gun owner. I'll do whatever the hell I want. And by me doing whatever the hell I want, as long as I don't hurt anybody else, I take those risks. And I'm fully expecting at some day to have to pay for those freedoms that I have enjoyed of my own will. And if that happens, you know what? Freedom ain't free. So there you go. Yes, it can be controlled by our actions. A virtual simulator? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Lie under oath, but walk away scot-free? We'll see. If he's got serious money into it, we'll see. I will not be shotted. Ask Alexa. Yeah, I get all my information from Alexa all the time. I trust her 100%. Well, there are other things you can do. Buy food at local farm stands, not from corporates. Boycott woke companies. Cut your cable TV. Strengthen your immunity system. What about that? That's great stuff, too. Skyrim. Good stuff. I haven't watched TV in quite a while. We do have a AFK. It's not AFK. I forget, APK or something like that. It's like if I hear this is a really good show that I need to check out, I can check it out without having cable. So I don't have cable. I have internet. That's about it. I've unplugged for most of the stuff. It's all trash anyway, and it's mostly propaganda. So I don't really like being propagandized too. That's why I don't watch a lot of that stuff. Yeah, grow your own food if you can. If you can't, try to find a local grocer or, a local farmer that you can get it from for sure. Yeah, I would agree with all that. Well, where's Bill Gates? Bill Gates is making money on the vaccine. That's what he's doing. I mean, like David Ickel says, the people who are calling the shots could fit in one room. There are billions of us. This is not, yeah, but they got us so damn divided. It's not even fun. You are being divided. You're being divided. Everybody's being divided. And that's what we started talking about at the beginning of the chat, right? There are people who agree with, like Kyle Rittenhouse, totally was self-defense. There's other people like, he shouldn't have been there in the first place. There's other people like, well, he was underage. There's other people, that a felon shouldn't have firearms. There's other people that are okay with background checks. There's other people that are okay with serial numbers on guns. They're okay with these common sense gun reforms or whatever it is, right? Oh, I think you should be able to have free speech, but I don't think you should be able to have hate speech. And you shouldn't be able to cry out fire in a crowded theater. That's not protected by the First Amendment. You have those. You have the FUDs in the gun community, the ones that say, well, you don't need an AR-15 to go hunt, whatever you're hunting. You could do that with a bolt action. I've had that in my personal life. I went into a store and got a lower, an actual, AR-15 lower, just a lower. And on the way out, a guy who was in there doing whatever else, I don't know what he was doing, he comes up to us and starts proceeding to tell us that we don't need that. Why would you get that? That's just so that you can kill a whole bunch of people. If you wanted to go hunting, you don't need that. Like, it's not about... We are so divided. That's just our own community. So going back to the beginning of the chat and talking about guns coast to coast, right? Guns coast to coast. Amazing guy. Makes you think. You have our side that can't agree on nothing. And then you have the left who is in lockstep with each other, like one hive mind kind of thing, and they're going to get shit done. Meanwhile, we're going to be fucking yelling at each other because, I believe felons should be able to have guns. I don't think they should be able to have guns and shit like that. Everybody in here, including myself probably, have been divided by those in charge or by your damn selves. That's the great thing and the bad thing about thinking for yourself, being a freedom thinker and thinking for yourself and being okay with if somebody doesn't agree with you, being okay with that. If I don't agree with you that felons should have guns, it shouldn't mean that we can't fucking talk. But there are a lot of people like that who won't even give that person a time of day. The guy who came out and said that I didn't need an AR-15 to hunt. I don't know him, so I didn't keep on talking to him, but it's those kind of interactions that people are like, well, that guy's an idiot. I ain't even going to talk to him again. And when they come for your bolt action, nobody's going to be there because you weren't here for us kind of shit. Right? We're fucking divided. It's good and bad. How fitting he started working at the Institute of Allergy and Infectious Disease in 1984. Having blood from the vax living subject may not be so good for us animals or humans. I'm surprised to hear that. In Arizona must have been one of those dopes who moved in from Minnesota. I don't know, maybe. Bikes and Bullets, what's up, Bikes? How you doing? Don't forget to get your license/permit to support the second and pay your fair share or make you go vote for the lesser of two evils. Yeah, ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the truth? What's up, Mr. Tommy Boy? The only thing dividing you is the cheeks on your butt? Nice. So you can have a conversation with somebody that you don't agree with and still be okay with them? I hope so. Because that's what it's going to take. And I think it's going to take a lot of people, every damn one of us, to rise up and say no more. If you do it by yourself, you're just an idiot and a right-wing conspiracy theorist or a terrorist or whatever, right? If you do some shit on your own, it doesn't accomplish anything. You're going to need everybody to rise up at the same time. And what is that going to take? That is going to take an event that has not happened yet. That is going to take an event of injustice that nobody can stand for anymore. What that is, I have no idea. Talking about Bill Gates, he has got a company that's going to build a nuclear reactor in Wyoming. Boy, does he have his fingers in everything. A next generation of small nuclear plant will be built at a soon-to-be retired coal-fired plant in Wyoming in the next several years, businesses and government officials said on Wednesday. The plant, featuring a sodium reactor and molten salt energy storage system, will perform better, be safer, and cost less than traditional nuclear power. Microsoft co-founder and Terra Power founder and chairman Bill Gates said. Bellevue, Washington-based Terra Power is working with Rocky Mountain Power, an electric utility serving Wyoming and other western states, to put in the Erethreum reactor at one of the 4 of the utility power plants in Wyoming, with the location to be decided later this year. We think that Erethreum will be a game changer for the energy industry, Gates said it by video link to a news conference hosted by Republican Governor Mark Gordon. Wyoming has been a leader in energy for over a century, and we hope to our investment in Erethreum will help Wyoming to stay in the lead for many decades to come. Wyoming, beautiful state. It's the top uranium mining state, and the reactor would use uranium for in situ mines that extract the heavy metal from networks of water wells in high plains, officials said. Wyoming is also the top coal mining state. Really, I'm surprised by that. The U.S. coal industry has suffered a dramatic downturn over the past decade as utilities switch to a cheaper and cleaner burning gas to generate electricity. Yeah, we're the Saudi Arabia of natural gas. The reactor proposals creates common ground between Wyoming, one of the most Republican states, and Democratic President Joe Biden's administration. Wyoming is a top producer of greenhouse gases from its coal, oil, and natural gas industries. The Biden administration has halted oil and gas leasing on federal lands in the West as it seeks to reduce carbon emissions by half compared to 2005 levels by 2030. The future of nuclear energy is here, the U.S. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm said by video link. It's got a simpler design that will hopefully result in a faster construction at lower cost. It's going to create a smaller footprint. It's going to be equipped with the next generation safety measures. Oh, they're starting to build it up like the Titanic was built up. If it's as reliable as conventional nuclear power, the 355 megawatt plant would produce enough power for roughly 250,000 homes. The plant would also produce hydrogen, which can power trucks and other vehicles with fuel cells. Several coal-fired power closures are planned in the West in coming years, including some in Wyoming. A nuclear plant with hundreds of well-paying jobs sending power over transmission lines already in place could offset the economic blow of a coal plant retirement. The plant will be a multi-billion-dollar project with costs to be split evenly between government and private industry. Yeah, there you go. Bill Gates got his hands on more shit. Hello. Are there some things nobody is divided on? Nobody wants to be sick. Nobody wants to be poor. Nobody wants to be killed. There are a few things, especially innocent children. If there's something to do with innocent children, sometimes you'll see it. We saw it in Nevada with the Bundy Ranch a little bit. It wasn't with children, but you saw the outpouring of support the Bundys got at that moment when you saw the cops coming down on this rancher. I've seen it. Not on a grander, that was the biggest scale I've ever seen it. And I didn't think I'd see it then. But what I saw at the Bundy Ranch gave me hope that we could see it again. But it's going to take something a lot more than that. I would love to find these emails. I've read them all on the live stream. I'd read them all on the live stream. That'd be a great live stream. Not really. I believe I'd like to have another steak. Well, yeah, me too. Those are pretty tasty. Hundreds of Georgia Republicans demand an audit into the presidential election. It starts again. More stuff. Maybe something like this. Maybe this would be something. What happens? Arizona's already looking into it, right? We're already doing ours. There was another state. Oh, was it Wisconsin? I think is doing one. Georgia's doing one. Maybe a few others. What happens? What happens if they find out that Trump actually had more? Theoretical. But by like a lot. Like a landslide lot. What happens then? Well, I'll tell you what happens if nobody does anything. If nobody rises up and does anything about it, then nothing changes. It doesn't matter. Yeah, they might change a few rules. They might have some more, some new laws when it comes to voting rights and stuff like that, which they're already doing in some states. But if nobody rises up, then Trump ain't getting back in. He's already been declared the loser by the Electoral College. Biden's already in. It's too late. The only way that would change is if people are like, nah, you done darfed this right in front of our faces and we're done pissed. And we're removing an illegitimate person. That could happen. Will it? Probably not, but it could. I doubt it. More than 500 Georgia Republicans signed a letter this week asking Republican Governor Brian Kemp to pursue a forensic audit of the 2020 presidential election similar to the audit taking place in Arizona's Maricopa County. The letter, signed by 531 state Republicans who range from conservative activists to Georgia GOP delegates, demand an independent forensic audit into the place through a convening of a special session of the state legislature, according to the Washington Examiner. We believe that anyone who has a problem with a statewide forensic audit in Georgia has something to hide, the letter said. Our goals are simple. We want to discover the underlying problem that occurred last year and ensure that it will never make those same mistakes again. In a statement, Kemp responded to his party's request by claiming he does not have the constitutional or statutory authority to conduct an audit of the 2020 election. And you saw it. You saw what maybe could have been something. On the 6th of January, you saw a whole bunch of people there. A lot of them were FUDs, and a lot of them weren't even in our group. If they had wanted to, if they had been armed, it would have been a whole different outcome. Now imagine that same amount of Trump supporters are once again pissed off about it. And now you have other people who thought, well, maybe it is legitimate and he lost fair and square, but now are proven that they didn't lose fair and square. Yeah, because if they did it, and it's a big if the election was darfed in front of your face, there's no voting that out next time. If you don't understand that, let me say it one more time. If they have darfed it, there's nothing to stop them from doing it again. And they did it in front of your face, and a lot of people sat around and did nothing. And the ones that did go do something, well, they're being hunted down for being domestic tourists as we speak. Now, if it comes out that Arizona comes back and says, nope, Trump won. Georgia comes back and says, nope, Trump won. Maybe. But we're a bunch of order followers. Nobody wants to do anything by themselves, obviously, because as I said, if you do something by yourself, then you're just an idiot that, you're a domestic tourist. However, if somebody in power says, nope, we're succeeding because of this, then yeah, everybody's going to step up. I think that's what it's actually going to take. I think it's going to take a state saying, no, we're out. We are out. We're done with this contract of being part of the United States. I think that's what it's actually going to take. However, the letter asked Kemp only to use his authority to convene a special session so the state legislatures can do what the Arizona Senate did and launch an independent audit. Georgia Republicans raised several concerns about the integrity of the state's presidential election, including questions about the chain of custody of absentee ballots. They noted Georgia officials have yet to produce a change of custody records for more than 330,000 absentee ballots, even though each of Georgia's counties is legally required to document the transfer of every batch of absentee ballots picked up at drop boxes and delivered to county election offices. So there are 333,000 absentee ballots that did not legally got transferred. Or if they did, they haven't been able to get the proof of it yet. Kemp's office did not address this concern, instead pointing to the election integrity bill he recently signed into law. By requiring a photo ID to vote absentee, securing ballot drop boxes around the clock in all 159 counties, and ensuring continuous ballot tabulation on Election Day, Governor Kemp took action to restore trust in Georgia's election system. No, he didn't. He took action to try to make it seem like we can have trust in it next time But we need to know what happened this time. He doesn't want to do that, does he? Kemp's press secretary, Mallory Blount, said in a statement, while Governor Kemp was disappointed with the outcome of the 2020 election, he is laser focused on ensuring the future Georgia elections are safe, accessible, and secure, said the statement. So I don't think he's going to do anything. I don't know if he has to do something. He might have to do something in order for them to go forward. I don't know. Do they have to? Kim's office did not address this concern, instead of pointing to the Yeah, I don't know. Curious. Let me know if you guys know anything about that. It matters not whom is in POTUS. The agenda is clear and expanded from the old boss to the new boss. Yes, I agree for the most part, Bikes. I think that most of the time it doesn't matter if it's an R or a D next to the person's name. It's the same thing. However, seeing the reaction by the other side when Trump was in office and how vehemently they try to get him out, for some reason just tells me that they really didn't want him in there for whatever reason. What's up, Saints and Sappers? How you doing? Let's see. A voting machine is really better to fix problems. We don't need a voting machine. We did fine with voting way before that. Hey, Saints, no videos anymore? Oh. Yeah. YouTube's hard to do, man. YouTube is hard to keep going. When they suppress your video, when they take the monetization off, I never made a lot. I mean, I made some back in the day, but as a gun channel, I never made a lot. I made enough for a couple boxes of ammo here and there. But I'll tell you what, when you put up that, I put hard work into it, and every once in a while, one of my videos would get a lot of views. I've had videos that have had over millions of views. Like there was one that had like 3 million views. I have another one that has 2 million views. I have a gun video that had over 1 million views, which was amazing. A video that I just did a voiceover while I was showing pictures of, which was crazy. So I've had those videos that really took off and were great money makers, and every once in a while it would happen. But when you have them like demonetizing you and suppressing you and then deleting it and giving you a strike and having to deal with the YouTube bullshit, oh my God, that's disheartening. Not to mention a lot of people that were around are gone now because they've already had that and they're like, you know what? It's not worth it. YouTube was a hobby for them or whatever, and now, they got better things to do. I have a lot of great friends that are no longer on YouTube. Midwest middle class, Midwest middle class. Great guy. Loved his ass. He's not on anymore. And we don't even agree. Like he's totally a FUD, right? He thinks law-abiding gun owners. And so we disagree on that. And I think that was like one of the last conversations. I hope he's not mad at me. I doubt he is. But OIF Eagle. There's a FUD if I've ever seen one. But at the same time, he's not on anymore either. A lot of people are gone that used to be around. Bobby Paradise, he's still on, but he's not doing gun content because he wants to get paid. West Virginia offers guns, trucks, and cash as a shot bribe. What? West Virginia Governor Jim Justice said the state will give away guns in order to bribe people to get the shot for the sniffles. What? Okay. I was pretty sure I wasn't going to get the shot, but if I lived in West Virginia, depending on what they're giving me, I might think about it. I probably wouldn't. It also plans to hand out cash and trucks via its new shot lottery program. For each of the incentive program's first 5 weeks, one winner will claim a grand prize of over $1.5 million. The runner-up will receive $588,000. Currently, 51% of West Virginia's population has received at least one of the doses of the shot. Despite the state's relative lack of enthusiasm regarding the shot, Justice a Republican praised the program's potential effectiveness while announcing a plan on Tuesday. We have people run and beg to get their shots, Justice said. People are begging to already have the ability to get shotted. Yeah, I know a lot of people that are looking forward to it and proud of it. When I'm playing on Twitch, I have people that I play with. They're always talking about, yeah, we're going to go get my son his shot today. We're excited about it. It's his second one. It's going to be great. We're going to be able to go and do things. I'm like, oh my God. And I don't talk politics on the gaming stuff. So I just, keep it to myself. Justice also argued that the incentive program would save West Virginia money in the long run because of expenses could easily be made up and reduced of healthcare costs. The announcement comes amid a multi-billion-dollar federal shot confidence campaign spearheaded by President Joe Biden. Among the gimmicks being used to generate greater interest is a partnership with Anheuser-Busch, which recently promised free Budweiser in return for a free shot compliance. Wow. You can get drunk for free if you get your shot. Here's a conspiracy theory. Here's my conspiracy theory that I think could actually come true. And it's just a conspiracy theory. I think it doesn't matter how many people get the shot. I think already there's enough people that have gotten it that it doesn't matter, because I think it's going to be passed on in your genes. I think it messes with your DNA. That's the whole RNA. I think it messes with your genes. So what happens is you'll get one person that got the shot and one person that didn't get the shot. Oh, the shot is the worst. I'm never going to get the shot. And this person's like, give me the shot. Give me the shot. And they're going to be like, ooh, we like each other. And they're going to have a baby. And that baby is already going to have the compromised DNA. And it won't take very long before every person now born in post-corona world will have that in their DNA eventually. Justice noted his frustrations over the need to create such incentive programs, arguing that people should get the shot in order to save lives. Maybe we shouldn't have to give away things to people to get people across the finish line, the governor suggested. Nonetheless, among those who remain at low risk or suffering serious adverse effects from contracting the sniffles, skepticism is likely to raise in several key components to pandemic narrative being recently, the narrative has begun recently to unravel, especially with the whole Fauci thing. A lot of people are looking at Fauci like, he's full of shit. Already, the inconsistency of guidelines from leading experts like the WHO, National Institute of Health, and the Centers for Disease Control Prevention have led many to doubt the scientific bureaucracy has their best interest at heart. Yeah, you think? Moreover, a trench of emails from sniffle expert Anthony Fauci on Wednesday confirmed that he was aware of crucial scientific information that left-wing media actively worked to suppress and deny for months. Among the revelations were details appearing to support the shots or the sniffle's likely lab origin, China's role in the gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology, and the benefits of treating the virus with hydroxychloroquine. Here's the thing. A lot of the people on the left ain't going to give a shit. The people that are on the left that are still hoping to get their shot, they don't care. As I said, we are divided on the right. They are not that divided on the left. There'll be a few. They're like, that's kind of bullshit. But they're still going to want their shot. They're still going to wear their mask. Sniffles offspring? No. Yeah, pretty much. Russia says not to drink for 30 days after the shot. I'm hoping you mean alcohol. The shot is a gain of function, so is the flu shot. Yeah, I have never gotten the flu shot that I know of. Because anything they push that hard, and I said that with the flu shot. I've been saying that with the flu shot for years. Anything that they push that damn hard and you can get it at a Circle K, I don't want it. And now with this, it's even worse. They're giving you chances to win millions and millions of dollars in prizes, giving away free guns, giving away free trucks. Really? Are you kidding me? Is that where we are? Boy, you really want me to have this in my arm. I don't think so. Okay, we're going to move on pretty quick. Squad wants public utilities nationalized as entitlements. Ain't never going to happen. The EU plans a digital ID wallet for the block post-pandemic life. They're not talking about the sniffle card. They're only talking about, this would be great to have your ID and your in order to pay things and stuff like that. Yeah, the Commission plans to discuss the wallet with the EU's 27 member countries and aims to get them to agree on technical details by the fall so the pilot projects can begin. Digital is a key part of the EU's post-sniffle recovery package of 750 billion euro or 915 billion stimulus fund includes benchmarks for member countries to spend 1/5 of the money on digital projects such as digitalizing public administration. Everything's going to be on your phone. It's already going there. You can already pay a lot of stuff with your phone. I mean, we have Apple. We don't have Apple. We have Samsung Pay or whatever that Samsung wallet is. we had hooked up once to a card. I don't know if we still have it or not, but we hardly used it. But a lot of people use it all the time, especially in an age where people don't want to touch nothing. I would imagine so. Every time I got the flu shot, I got sick as hell. When I get the anti-flu shot, I think about it. I've never got the flu shot. I get the flu like once every 10 years. It's not that big a deal. Russia's ditching the dollar, buying euros and gold. So there you go. And that's where I'm going to end it tonight. It was a rough chat. I had a hard time getting through it. My tooth is starting to hurt. Also, for those that are still here, we got 10 people watching. Wow. Well, actually, we got 10 people on YouTube watching.
12 people watching.
12 people. I'm sorry. I'm not up to date. Before we end it, let me tell you, we are trying to raise money for a vet. It's not a lot of money. It's like $100. Okay. A fan of this channel and a veteran of these United States is going through some medical issues, and the VA is fucking him over. Okay. I've been trying to raise money on this channel, and I've been trying to raise money on my gaming channel. Last night, I was not feeling it, and I could not do my gaming channel because my tooth was hurting that bad. I'll probably do it tonight. I'll probably do it tonight. So I'll be over on my gaming channel on Twitch, and we'll be having a lot of fun trying to raise money for him. And we have raised right now over there on that channel $17.60. I will cover whatever we don't raise because we're only doing this until Friday. Friday is going to be the last day that we do it. And if whatever we don't have on Friday, I will cover. And it's going to be hard because we're financially strapped right now. We ain't got nothing. I'm basically selling gold and stuff in order to get by right now. It's financial hard times, but at the same time, it's a good friend of mine and a vet of these United States. So if you want, and it's 100% optional, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, but if you want to help out, we're trying to get a package together, a care package. Quantum Lotus is helping me out with this. She's got a whole bunch of great ideas of pain relief and stuff like that. So she's basically the one that's putting the package together, and I'm the face trying to get the money together for it. But yeah, we're trying to put together a little care package to send to this person because, you know, being a military vet, they're proud. They don't want to take no handout, right? But at the same time, people want to do stuff for them, and that's what we're trying to do. So if you want to help out on that, down below there are links to help out this channel. If you donate, personally, I'd like it if you use the alternative super chat. It basically goes straight to my PayPal, and I get the majority of that money. All that money, and you'd have to trust me on this one, not to screw anybody over. And I tell everybody this because there's no guarantee. I cannot tell you for 100% fact that, you know. The only way I could guarantee it is to divulge the person's information. And I have promised I will not divulge this person's information. And I don't even think they know I'm doing this, right? So if you want to help out, down below there are a few ways to help out. If you help out any other way other than the alternative super chat, please hit me up with an email or a message in Discord, or message me somehow, however you can message me. Because I need to know that it's there so I can go look for it, so I can get it to Quantum Lotus so that we can get this care package put together. As I said, right now we got $17.60. That was all raised over on the gaming channel. Hopefully we'll get some here today and tomorrow. Today and tomorrow is the last days. So if you want to help out, hopefully you can. If not, I understand. Things are tight even in my house right now. All right, let me read the chat one more time. Let's see. Oh shit, I missed this news. Did not read the Russia did that. Yeah, Russia's getting away from the dollar. A lot of countries are getting away from the dollar. The dollar's crash is imminent. It will happen. We'll see. It might be why we get the digital dollar. Gerald, well, shit. Nah, you shed a virus that was injected into you. Millions of people years from now are going to regret getting the shot, maybe. The flu was renamed the sniffles 40 years ago. The best chance that name often too. Hi all. What's up, Stefan? How you doing? Put me down for $30, Stinger. All right, Quantum Lotus, you got it. Thank you, Quantum Lotus, for helping me out. Mark says Real Girl's correct, or something. And Real Girl says thanks. Quantum Lotus has an Etsy listing. Let me click on that. Let's see what that is. There you go. That's part of it. Anything that we get over that, we'll just add more shit to it. I think that's how it can be, right? So if all of a sudden I go over to my gaming channel and we get like a whole bunch of people donating or whatever, if we get over that amount, it's still going to go into that. Whatever we get that goes over, if we get anything that goes over, we're going to be putting even more into it, hopefully. So, cool. That's an example. Awesome. That's all I got for you guys this evening. I will see you again here tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, though, make sure to keep that family close. Watch out for that government. Oh, let me go to D-Live. Hold up. I got to get to D-Live real quick. I didn't even open it up. I know I got some people in D-Live. Thank you to all my D-Live viewers. Make sure you check out the links down below. We have causes I believe in and support. If you want a cause to believe in and support, those are the ones that I recommend. We have Rally Point Irish, which I usually give half of all the donations to. However, for this week, we are not giving half of the donations to that. I'm pretty sure he'd be fine with it. But we're giving it to this cause for this week only. All right, distribute rewards. Good luck to anybody on D-Live. There's a delay, so hopefully people see it.
Click the button now. I see it up.
Yeah, you see it up. Awesome. Anyway, we will see you guys tomorrow. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're not already. You know, all that fun stuff. I will see you again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Pacific Time, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, I believe it is. Until then, keep that family close. Watch out for that government. Try to live free. And freedom is here. Just because the Constitution is just a piece of paper doesn't mean you can't be a free person, a free individual. You are not a citizen. You are an individual. You are a person. And you have basic human rights. And that is the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So go out and get yourself some happiness. Peace.